Hello students, in this session we will start our new chapter which is a power system stability, and we will start with the first concept which is steady state stability. We'll write over here steady state stability. So before starting the understanding of steady state stability, or I can say only the term a power system stability, we will start with a very basic and famous theory which is the swing equation, which shows the rotor dynamics or uh, rot- rotor dynamics of synchronous machine. So let us start with the very basic and first theory of our new chapter which is the swing equation. So here in figure 1, consider one generator and motor model with their torque, speed and flow of mechanical and electrical torque. Mechanical and electrical power. Here we have considered two models, generator and motor with their torque, speed and flow of mechanical and electrical power. Clear? Here we have assumed that all the losses are all the losses are neglected. All the losses are neglected. All the losses means the losses of wi- uh, iron loss, windage loss, friction loss, all are the losses are neglected for the derivation of the swing equation. Clear? So here we'll start from the first differential equation for rotor dynamic. Differential equation, right? Differential equation for rotor dynamics. First I will write equation and explain what that equation is mean to us. Okay, so we'll write which is j into d square theta m upon dt square, which is equal to tm minus te. So equation number 1. This equation indicates that if my rotor is rotate with the moment of inertia of j with an theta m mechanical angle, then the machine will produce or generate tm minus te torque. Clear? So I can write over here where j is equal to rotor moment of inertia with the unit of kg into meter square. Next, the theta m which is equal to angle, mechanical angle in radian, mechanical angle in radian. Next is tm which is equal to turbine torque in newton meter, and of course the unit of this equation which is or this torque is in newton meter. Next, te which is equal to electromagnetic torque which is in newton meter. Clear? So next, just multiply the equation 1 with the omega sm. Multiply this equation 1 by omega sm at the both the side, because here we have assumed that the machine is rotate with constant speed. Machine is rotate with constant speed. So With this assumption, we will multiply the equation number 1 with omega Sm. So I can write j omega Sm, where omega Sm is equal to synchronous speed. Okay, theta d square theta m, d square theta m 1 dt square, which is equal to, I will add one more thing, into 10 raised to minus 6, which is equal to Pm minus Pe, which is previously Tm minus Te, but now after getting multiplied torque into speed, which becomes a power. Clear? So here now, instead of the unit of power in watt, we will consider in megawatt, as we have considered over here 10 raised to minus 6. Clear? So this is our equation number 2, which shows the rotor is rotated with the rotor moment of inertia J with synchronous speed and an angle of theta m. It will produce the power which is equal to Pm minus Pe, or I can write as a Pa, which is acceleration power. Clear? Next, yes, here where we can say that Pm is equal to mechanical power input in megawatt, and Pe is equal to the electrical power output in megawatt. Clear? So yes, we need to convert this mechanical angle into the electrical angle, and for that we have to apply one formula, which is omega Sm, which is equal to omega S into 2 by P. Actually the original equation is omega S, that means a synchronous speed, which is equal to P by 2 into omega Sm. Clear? So this formula, we will convert this mechanical angle into the electrical angle. Clear? It shows, yes, omega S shows the rotor speed. Omega, I will write over here, yes, omega Sm, which is a rotor speed in radian mechanical per second. Rotor speed in radian bracket mechanical, m tends to mechanical per second. Same way, omega S, which again shows the rotor speed in radian, but now the quantity will change, which is electrical per second, radian electrical per second. Clear? So just apply this equation in equation number 2. So we will get J 2 by P. Let's just apply over here. Instead of omega Sm, we will insert omega S into 2 by P. Omega S 10 raised to minus 6 into d square theta. Now instead of theta m, it will become theta E upon dt square, which is equal to Pm minus Pe in megawatt. Clear? So here the theta E is equal to angle in radian, or you can say electrical angle in radian. Clear? Next, so we can consider this quantity, which is equal to m. We will write m d square theta E upon dt square, which is equal to Pm minus Pe. m d square theta e upon dt square, which is equal to Pm minus Pe. Unit is the megawatt. This is a equation number 3. Clear? Where m is equal to moment of inertia, or I can say total moment of inertia of synchronous machine. The unit is megajoule second per electrical radian. Megajoule second per electrical radian. Clear? Next, we have derived or calculate the angle. This equation shows if a machine is rotated with m amount of moment of inertia with an angle of theta e, it will produce the power which is equal to Pm minus Pe, or I can say which is equal to Pa, to accelerating power. Clear? So here we have calculated the angle theta e. But now we have to calculate the angular position with respect to synchronously rotating reference frame. That means, yes, all right, angular position of rotor with respect to synchronously rotating reference frame. We are not going to deep what is the concept of reference frame, but just keep in mind we have to calculate the theta e with respect to some value, and here we have considered that value which is synchronously rotating reference frame. Clear? So with respect to this synchronously rotating reference frame, the theta, I can write delta is equal to theta e minus omega s into t. Clear? So I will explain over here, which is a rotor angular displacement delta, which is rotor angular displacement from synchronously rotating reference frame. So we have calculated over here theta e. We know the reference frame means the position of reference frame. So delta will give us the rotor angular displacement with respect to or from the synchronously rotating reference frame. So just differentiate this equation number 4 with respect to t. Twice differentiation, second order differentiation of the equation number 4 with respect to t, which is, I can write d square delta 1 dt square, which is equal to d square theta e upon dt square minus 0. After first differentiation, it will become omega s. Omega s is synchronous speed or the constant speed of machine. That's why it will become a 0. Clear? As it become a constant, so it will become 0. Clear? So from equation number 5, substitute the value of equation 5 in equation number 3. So we will get the final equation of swing equation, which is m d square delta upon dt square, which is equal to Pm minus Pe in megawatt. Clear? So the equation number 6 shows the final solution of swing equation, which shows if the rotor is rotated with the amount of moment of inertia m with an angle of delta, it will generate or produce the power which is equal to Pm minus Pe. Clear? Now here one more thing, we can write this equation number 6 in per unit as it is given in megawatt. So for that we need to substitute the value of M. So the M is equal to GH upon pi F, where I will explain, where the G is equal to machine rating, which is generally in terms of MVA, where G is equal to machine rating, H is equal to inertia constant, which is megajoule per MVA. H is equal to inertia constant. Clear? We know the value of pi and F, which is the frequency of machine. Clear? So substitute M is equal to GH upon pi F, which is GH upon pi F into d square delta upon dt square is equal to Pm minus Pe. So the unit is megawatt. So we need to convert this equation in per unit form. So we will consider the value of this or machine rating as a 1, or we can divide this equation, or I can say left hand side with G. So we will get H upon pi F d square delta upon dt square, which is equal to Pm minus Pe in per unit. Clear? So this is the final equation. You can consider any of these equation number 6 or 7 as a swing equation, which shows the relation of rotor dynamics and power generation. Clear? I hope you are clear up to this. In next session we will see the classification of power system stability. Clear?